Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Simplified Studio. In the last few videos, I have been solving some of the problems from the chapter 1 from NOVAS GRE Math Bible book. We are currently near the end of the chapter 1, so I hope with this video, we'll be able to complete all the problems of chapter 1. So in this video, I will go through the problem set C in chapter 1, and I will try to explain how to solve these problems. So let's just get started with the first problem from problem set C. So here it is a type of category easy. Here we are given an equation and we need to solve the value for x over here. So let's just try to simplify the equation. So if I try to simplify the left-hand side, we have x squared minus thrice x plus twice x minus 6. On the right-hand side, if we multiply these two terms, we will have x squared minus twice x plus thrice x minus 6. Now, if we cancel out the similar terms, we can cancel out the x squared, we can cancel out the minus 6, and all we are left with from the left-hand side is minus x, and on the right-hand side we have plus x. Now, if we take the both term in the same side, we have 0 equals to x plus x, which is twice x, or the value of x should be 0 by 2, which is equals to 0. So the answer for the first question should be 0 or C. Now let's try to solve the second question. Here we are given two equations and we need to solve the value for x and y. We can see that both these terms has a common term like x. So if we consider the first equation and second equation and subtract the second equation from the first equation, the x will cancel out and we will have twice y minus y equals to 7 minus 4, which will lead to y equals to 3. And if I put y equals to 3 in this equation, the second equation, I know that x will be equals to 1. So the answer for this question should be C, because there we have the value x equals to 1 and y equals to 3. Now let's get to the third problem, which is of category medium. We are given an equation and we are not given the value, only we know that the equation leads to an odd value, and we have been asked like which one of the following could be the value of x. Now you can see this in this type of question, we do not need to worry about the exact value, but we need to look for the type of the value for the x, like whether it is odd or even. So let's assume that the value of x is odd. Now what happens if x is odd? For any odd number, the x squared would be odd. If I multiply the odd number by 4, it should always be even. And the last term 3 is odd. Now when I sum them up, so that we have x squared plus 4x plus 3, the value of this equation should be the sum of an odd, even. The value of it should be the sum of an odd number, an even number, and another odd number. So if you sum up two odd numbers, the sum will be even. And if you add an even number with another even, it will always be even. So the value of this term should be even if x is odd. But we are given that the value of this term should be odd. So if x is odd, it doesn't work. So that here we know that x cannot be odd. Here we have all the values. 4 of them are odd numbers and only 1 are even. So the answer for the question 3 should be E, or 16. Now let's move to the fourth question. Here we are given equation and the value of the equation, and we are asked that which one of the following could be equals to x. So from the equation, we know that twice x plus 1 should be equals to 10, or twice x plus 1 can also be minus 10, because we can root 100, and that gives us the value positive 10 and negative 10. Now here we get that the value of x equals to 9/2. And here we can derive the value of x equals to minus 11/2, right? Because if this one goes to the other side of the equality, it becomes minus 10 minus 1, which is minus 11. So if we check the value, we know that the only possible value for the question 4 should be a, which is minus 11/2. Now let's move to the last and final question of this problem set C. And here we are given that the number m yields a remainder p when divided by 14 and q when divided by 7. So the thing here to be noticed is that m is such a type of number where if we divide it by 14 and if we divide it by 7, in these two times, it gives us different remainder like p and q, and p and q are not equal. So let's try to figure out the multiple of 14 or 7. So since the range here is from 45 to 100, we will start with 42, because 7 times 6 is 42 and 14 times 3 is 42. So both 7 and 14 goes to 42. Then we have 49. Then we have, if we plus 7 here, 56, 63, 70, 77, 84, 91, 98, and there should be 105, but we should not go there because it's outside of our limit. So both 7 and 14 goes to 42. 7 goes to 49, but 14 doesn't. Here, both of the term goes to 56. Only 7 goes to 63. Both terms goes to 70. Only 7 goes to 77. Again, this should go on. Okay. So whenever we have a number where 7 and 14 both goes, any number between these two cases would have a remainder that is equal for the dividing with 7 or 14. But here we have a case where the remainder is not same. It's p and q, and the p is like q plus 7. So our possible value cannot be within this range, but it should be in this range where 7 and 14 doesn't go to the same number, so that in this range, whatever number we pick, if we divide it with 7 and 14, this will give us some different remainders. So this sort of situation can be occurred in the range from 49 to 56, can be 63 to 70, can be 77 to 84, can be within the 91 to 98. And if we try to check all the values from our option over here, we know that 53 falls within this range. 72 doesn't fall within the range here. 85 doesn't fall. 100 doesn't fall. So the only possible answer out of these 5 options could be 53. So the answer for 5 would be B, or 53. And with that, we are done with all the 5 problems from problem set B. And this also ensures that we are done with chapter 1. So I hope you liked it. I hope if there is any suggestion or correction regarding my video, please do comment. I would greatly appreciate that. And hopefully I will come up with some new videos from a new chapter, probably chapter 2. Till then, have a good time, and thanks for watching.